Hi, we're team number 4 and our topic is means of transportation. In this video, we are going to talk to you about the history of the means of transportation and we are going to explain you some of them.
Transportation method is the way how humans move ourselves and our mercancy, freight, and resources around the world. It could be a car, an airplane, a ship, or even a horse. Along the history, humans have been trying to find different ways to move faster and with less effort.
Well, hello, I am going to talk to you about the transportation methods and a little history of the transportation methods. The first transportation method ever invented, or I would say discovered by humans, was actually walking by feet, just moving your legs to reach one place. The second one was the wheel. The wheel was invented in Mesopotamia, like in 4000 BC. Like 3000 years later, they added axis between one wheel, between two wheels. Between two wheels they added an axis, and then built a whole carriage made out of wood. The carriage was pulled by animals like donkeys or bulls, so they can move faster and for longer time. For longer time. Uh, that was one of the first transportation methods ever. So after a long time ago, after a long time, the humanity has developed new transportation methods. The industrial revolution, like in the 1700s, was the boom of all the transportation methods because humanity was using coal to move big pots of metal across really long distances. So that was at the point that was actually the best transportation method in the 1700s when the industrial revolution started. So yeah, that's it.
The Wright brothers invented flew the first airplane in 1903, recognized as the first sustained and controlled heavier-than-air power flight. They built on the work of George Kell dating from 1799 when he set forth the concept of a modern airplane. Following its limited use, in World War I, aircraft technology continued to develop. Airplanes have a presence in all the major battles of World War II. The first jet aircraft was the German Heinkel in 1939. The first jet airliner, the Havilland Comet, was introduced in 1952. The Boeing 707, the first widely successful commercial jet, was in commercial services for more than 50 years, from 1958 to at least 2013.
Another important period of development of the means of transportation was during the World War II, because the soldiers and the armies had to find new powerful fuels and new kind of engines. Some of the most important advances in transportation industry happened during this period, like the jet propulsion engine, for example. Then industry of the fossil fuels grew during the 50s and 60s, and then started a new period when most of the people could get a car and other transportation means like the trains, the airplanes, and the ships could move faster and longer. Now we are living in the beginning of another period or of another age when clean energies are being discovered and using for the transportation means like the electricity, the sun, the wind, or biofuels. Nowadays, means of transportation are very important to our lives because we can transport any kind of freight or people around the world faster than ever. But it also have some problems, like saturation. Now, a lot of people use all kind of transportation means, like car and like airplanes, like ships, and there is a lot of saturation around the world. That's why it's important to us to discover and use another clean transportation means to care the planet and to assure that the next generation could could get um, the same quality of life and keep having the possibility of transport themselves and the freight that they will need on the future.